this is what we're working with right now. Literally, Joss, like, you can see yourself multiple times. This is so much Inception going on.
We honestly look like Twitch streamers. Like, you never looked more twitchy. Hello, friends. Welcome back to our shared channel, unlike you have ever seen it before, and hopefully you won't be seeing us like this for very long.
I mean,
right?
I don't totally mind it. It would be nice to see you in person, Joss, but I kind of like not having to drive.
It is kind of nice. Obviously, you guys all know what is going on in the world right now. We live in Los Angeles, which is on total lockdown. Actually, the whole state is shut down. So
yes, it's the stay-at-home order. It's not like lockdown, so we can go outside. I bought a basketball today, and then I realized that that probably is not going to be okay because that would spread germs very quickly.
We are just navigating this situation, but we want you guys to know that we have no plans of stopping making videos, especially if we can do it like this.
I'm convinced Jocelyn's already going insane. I kind of have been like self-quarantined for like a year anyway because chronic pain. Surprisingly, my back's actually been doing pretty well. Of course, now that we can't do anything together, that's when I'm like feeling better.
I know, it is really crazy. I am not going crazy yet. I know I look a little...
For the record, it's been like less than a week since it's actually been a thing.
Yeah, so I've been on self-quarantine for about a week, honestly, now, since last Friday. And I'm kind of just taking this as the opportunity to do all of the things that I've never had time to. Have I ever stayed home this much since you've known me?
That's why I said I think you're going crazy. I was watching her Insta stories and she had crazy eyes. Even when we stay in hotels, she's outside by like 5 a.m. I like very often will only leave my apartment to go walk my dog.
You're like a self-quarantine expert at this point, so you can give people some advice on how to survive and thrive in this current situation we're in.
I think it's easier for me though because I've always really enjoyed like binging TV shows for like days on end and like doing nothing, but also I feel like I get a lot done.
Yeah, so we're doing a Q&A because I've just been getting so many messages, and I don't know if you have too, but I feel like a lot of people are feeling like kind of down and isolated and bummed by what's going on, which honestly totally makes sense. There's so many people that follow us that like aren't going to be able to go to their prom or their college graduation, or even like more serious, like losing their jobs, worried about paying rent. So I just thought it would be cool for us to do a Q&A where we can like connect virtually with people, even though we're doing this whole distancing thing. I said either send us a question if you have one, or just send us something you would like to share with us. We received a ton. Lily, this time people sent us video DMs on Instagram, so we get to see their faces, which I love.
Joss did that and I didn't know it was happening, so I haven't seen any of these, but thank you for sharing.
Thank you for
I
sharing.
don't know what accent that was. What should I open first?
Take your choice.
The one that starts with Dana?
Oh yeah, Dana Ward, that weirdo. She sent us one.
Well,
and
of course that's... Oh
yeah.
Gosh, okay.
Serious question. Where is the troll? Love ya, bye.
Guys, if you missed that, that was our dear friend and old coworker, Dana Ward. Dana's return! Asking us, where are the trolls?
So we have a really long ongoing narrative with trolls.
The two of them together is some of the strangest things I've ever witnessed in my life.
We need to have her on the channel. But at our last job at Clever, we did keep trolls with us on set. I stole all of the original trolls, and they're at the shared channel office.
Next question is from Miriam Issa Fan.
What was your favorite celebrity that you have gone to meet on Clever?
What celebrity is your favorite that you got to meet while working at Clever?
Remember when I did that whole 1 hour live stream with Shania Twain? And I just casually got to hang out with her for an hour.
One of the most random things you've ever done.
Huge day for you. Now is out. I feel like we need a round of applause from the audience here in our studio.
She was lovely. Absolutely lovely. lovely. She had on leopard print, and she was a joy to be around. That was pretty cool. But, I mean, we've met so many people.
I'm like really trying to...
Tom Hanks was pretty great. Bless his heart and soul. We must protect Tom Hanks.
Because of the current situation at hand, I'm going to say Tom Hanks.
Oh, that was phenomenal!
I loved meeting One Direction and interviewing them. I was like, okay, I get it. I get what people are obsessed.
Hug, good to see you guys. Hug.
We have a few surprises up our sleeves. I can't show you them.
There's so many random people over there. Ariana Grande?
It's Ariana Grande. Hello.
Now applause for you.
Yay.
I love it.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, now I have another one. Little Mix.
Joining us in the studio for the first time ever is Little Mix.
Yay!
They were like some of my favorite people that we had in the studio that I just weirdly hung out with the whole day. This is from just _ your _ local _ email.
My name is Bella, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything you guys do, because you guys really just provide a lot of joy and laughter, especially during this time with all the panic and all the fear of the unknown we have right now. You guys just help provide a nice distraction, and you guys are such positive role models, and I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope that the world gets to be a better place soon.
I love that.
Agree.
How sweet that someone would call us a role model.
And she has really cool nose piercings and an eyebrow piercing.
We're just doing our best to provide some sort of distraction, maybe even some information. And I feel like that's the best compliment, is when people say that we help them through something.
Well,
I'm like,
especially with the distraction thing, like I'm constantly looking for distraction, even when things weren't bad from what's going on in the world. Like everyone always needs a nice pick me up. So I'm glad that we can be that for other people.
and also shout out to our emo friend, because you're honestly such a big part of this. You're the only reason that we have jobs. So thank you for supporting us and all of you guys watching this video.
Ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay, this is a guy.
I'm actually in my mid-30s. Do you think that age is an issue in terms of starting doing videos at that kind of age? Is it a disadvantage? Is it too late to try and be successful? What are your thoughts on that?
I actually remember watching Punkalovich's message, because you know how I feel, Lily. I get so excited when somebody in their 30s is paying attention to us, because I'm trying to represent the 37-year-old community out here.
Well,
okay?
I feel like when people refer to the like collective YouTube audience, they always refer to it as being very young, and it's like, oh, kids watch YouTube. Oh, well, it's like a bunch of 10-year-olds. I started working at Clever in 2012, so like it's 2020 now, and anyone that was watching us when they were 14 is very likely at least like 20 now.
Yeah.
But I think the beauty now is that there's not just one young audience. There's like everyone watches YouTube. So it's just a matter of figuring out who you want to make videos for and if you can access that audience.
If you think about it like that, more and more people are hopping on YouTube. Like, I know, for example, my dad is like a diehard fan of the show Hot Ones, the Complex show. That's where they eat the chicken wings. And he never misses an episode. And I know a lot of people, including myself, have YouTube TV now. So I don't think age matters. Also, I was 36 when I started my own YouTube channel.
Well, it depends on what you want to do, because I think I, even as I approach 30, am like looking back at stuff that we were doing years ago that I'm like, okay, probably wouldn't be super down to be like, hey, let's make a whole show about this.
Right.
I feel like as you get older, you need to make sure you're doing something that would like fill some kind of void. Okay, so this one was mostly for me.
My question is for Lily especially. What is the best way of getting past the mental health side of chronic back pain? Because I also have chronic back pain, and sometimes it's quite hard to get out of the wheel of thinking that you'll never get better. And like, what if you spend your whole life in pain and stuff? As a 15-year-old, that's not really how I want to spend my life at the moment. Thank you so much for everything, guys. Bye. Love you.
Oh my god, that one was really sweet.
Precious, I feel so bad for her.
I know. I think for me, it's been like half the time the mental part is worse than the physical part. It's frustrating because so many people will say, imagine this is going to be how you feel for the rest of your life. Are you just going to be like mopey and sad about it? Or are you going to go outside and do something and just like power through it? And I think that that is not a good way to look at it, because especially if you have something actually wrong and everyone just keeps telling you that you need to suck it up, it is so exhausting. Doing anything takes like 5 times the amount of energy that it should. For me, I'm literally having bones that are like shifting and popping out of place, and I'm having to pop them back. And I know that a lot of people are probably like, that sounds dramatic. I don't know. I swear to God, literally joints are moving. It's very hard to want to go somewhere when you know that you're not going to be like even remotely the best version of yourself. And then also you worry about how you're going to appear to other people. I have to like constantly remind myself why I'm tired and like not get mad at myself.
I mean, and I've never dealt with chronic pain, but I've definitely like seen you go through it, and I don't even know what it must be like. But for her, she's 15. I would recommend like looking into even like a support group for teenagers who are going through the same things, because I just don't think she can expect anyone to really understand unless they're going through it too as a teenager. You know?
Do 100% think it helps to have someone to talk to, and like chronic pain across the board gives very similar mental health results.
So interconnected, for sure. But we hope you feel better.
I know, I'm so sorry. I can't imagine, like, I'm so blessed to be able to have this be my job and like be able to work from home and take time off. I can't imagine being 15 and like not being able to do just
stuff.
Literally, you're already so much stronger than you think you are. But I hope you find help.
Totally.
Is the next question for you? Can I stop talking?
Give you the courage for your own channel, similar to Clever, after leaving Clever.
Well, first off, I mean, thank you for describing us as courageous. I think, yes, it's always scary in kind of a good way, I think, to start something new. Like, if you're not a little freaked out by it, it's probably not like that big of a thing worth chasing. And I know that makes me sound like a Pinterest quote, but it's honestly just true. The reason I wasn't specifically scared of creating a channel that maybe would have been similar to Clever is because I was one of the people who originally created Clever over 10 years ago, and I was honestly so ready to do something new and take a new step in life that I would say I was just more excited.
Yeah, and not to mention, we had our personal followings that we could take with us after Clever, so I think it wasn't like we were just starting from scratch completely.
And we also knew at that point that we probably were not going to be on Clever anymore, and that we still wanted to keep making content for our audience, and so we knew we had to create a new place. But I will say this time around doing shared is so much more elegant, but I do think it was a good time to kind of go our separate ways, because it was a big transition. Like, after everything fell apart and Clever had its like new launch, it was kind of a good time for us to like step away and let other people take the lead there. So I felt good.
Yeah.
Next question.
So what is your exact job at Clever?
I don't work at Clever anymore, but I guess technically I'm like one of the founders. My title was executive producer and host, but at the time when everything shut down, I was very involved in like the marketing and the advertising side. My only thing that I'm bummed out about leaving Clever was that there was never really like the right opportunity to say goodbye to the audience. I always meet people that don't know that we don't work there anymore. And that's okay. That's fine, because there's like a million videos for people to watch, especially right now. I feel like everybody's watching Beauty Break and Cheat Day, which I love. You guys all sent in way more questions. I'm sorry we could not get to all of them, but maybe if this does well, we can do a part 2 and answer more questions. But Lil, before we go, I feel like we really do need to maybe give each of us like a piece of advice or something we're doing during this quarantine to kind of like get us through. So like, what's your one thing that you feel like is a good morsel of wisdom to share?
I didn't used to watch a lot of YouTube, in the last few years, I feel like the amount of content that is on YouTube that's actually like TV content that's now repurposed, it could be shows from literally like 10 years ago. The amount of true crime content on YouTube that I have found, and then that the algorithm keeps recommending to me, has just been a jackpot. So I found a few YouTube channels that I like, that I follow now.
So basically hop down that wormhole on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I feel like my thing is actually kind of similar too. Like, at first I was kind of looking at this situation that we're going through as like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Because I'm a very active person, like as far as leaving my house, and also physically active person. But then I kind of looked at it in another way, and I was like, this is actually weirdly kind of a gift that has been forced upon all of us, like this opportunity to maybe relax a little bit more, spend time with the people that we're quarantined with, which for a lot of people is family, or with your dog, or with yourself, honestly, and just not feel bad about it. Also, learning to cook, I think it's a good time to do that. But I guess the question now for you guys that are still watching is, what would you like us to do during this quarantine time? Obviously, we're both at our own houses. Did you enjoy this? Or, I mean, the sky's the limit, sort of.
I want to see us try and do the new kinds of math things that all these kids are doing, because none of it makes any sense.
But you guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you're new here and for some reason you've watched me and Lily just talk and talk, because we want you to join the party, you know, this quarantine party.
All of you, we hope you stay safe out there, stay inside, don't infect people, and hopefully we'll all get through this. And if you have been affected by it already, if anyone you know has, I'm so sorry, and I hope they're getting better, and fingers crossed we'll make it out soon. And
exactly. Okay, well, I guess this video's over.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. High tech. High tech.
Literally,
so, yeah.
You can see the quality of you on my screen right now and saying high tech. Like, I can't even see. You have no facial features. It's like 2 black dots and...
Well, for you, it's very clear over here on my side of the planet. You look fantastic. And we also are kind of color coordinated, which I love.